I had this pony come in for training, and I had my granddaughters help me work with him. He was doing a lot of typical bad pony things: biting, kicking, bucking, laying on him when they tried to pick his feet up. And my granddaughters helped me work with him. And in this video, I'm going to show you the things that we did to get this pony to behave for my granddaughters. And you can use these things to help you if you have a pony that's not behaving for your kids or your grandkids. The first thing that I needed to do is I needed to establish that he would work for me. So I saddled him and lunged him, and wouldn't you know it, he worked like an angel for me. So the biggest problem that you run into when you have small ponies, they're going to be handled by small kids. And the kids are not going to understand that some of the things that they do are what's creating the problem with the pony. So you have to teach the kids better habits, but also the pony needs to just accept what the kids are doing. I know that's a lot to ask of a pony, but to me, that's his job, and that's what I expect him to do. This pony is pretty bad about biting, so what I'm teaching the kids here is every time he puts his mouth on them or near them, to just push his face away. I don't want them hitting him or anything like that. That's not what we want. We don't want to create a different problem. What we want is to build in some very simple things that the kids can do to let this pony know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So like I said a minute ago, kids aren't always going to do things correct, and that includes saddling. And I expect this horse to stand and allow these kids to saddle him even when they don't do it correct. And if he does anything that we're not going to accept, then we're going to back up and we'll work on that thing. Good. Keep pushing his face away, just like that.
And I scratched him too.
Uh-huh. Pull him around. There, just right. Every time he goes to walk away or pulls on you, you pull him around just like that. Look where you're going. There you go. Let's practice leading a little bit. All right, he's getting in front of you. Walk a circle to his tail. Either direction. There you go. Just right. Just right. All right, now back this way. All right, now your turn, Montana. All right, take him for a walk. Good job. All right, take him for a walk. Go someplace. This pony pulls his foot away from the kids when they're trying to clean it, which is pretty typical for a pony thing, but he makes this even more dangerous by if the kids are able to actually hold it up, he will try to fall down on them. And I've worked with him with this a few times, and by putting this rope on his foot like this, you'll see where I'm able to help them hold his foot up, plus I'm also able to keep him from falling down onto the kids. All I'm doing here is holding his foot up and letting him figure out that he's making this whole thing way harder than what it has to be. All he has to do is stand there for a minute or so and let us pick his foot out, which is really easy. We're not punishing him, not hitting him, not doing anything to him. Just giving him the chance to figure out that our way is a whole lot easier than what he's making this out to be. Once he stood still and let Montana clean his foot out, and she did a really good job of staying there as best she could and making sure she really did a good job of cleaning his foot out. And once she got that done, then we set his foot down together and moved on to the next foot. And this was a really good lesson for him. He learned that he has to hold his foot up for the person picking his foot out, no matter how little they are. And he has to do what's being told of him to do, no matter how small that person is that's telling him that's giving him instructions to do something. Right there, we put his foot down together. So we did all 4 feet the same way. The other 3 were all much better than this one. I think he learned his lesson on that first one, and he was much better on the rest of them.
If he bucks, you just pull his head to your knee. Okay? You think you can ride him if he bucks?
Like he's gonna, like, as soon as you like try to turn around, like his tail, like when we were walking him, it's just like that, but turning it to our knee.
You clipped it right over there?
If you just missed that, I asked her if she thought she could ride him if he bucked, and she said yes. And her big sister told her what to do with the reins if he did buck. These 2 girls are fearless. The owners told me that the last couple times their kids tried to ride this pony, the pony bucked them off. I felt like the work that we did to get to this point was probably going to eliminate that problem, but I kept her on a lead line for just a minute just to walk around and see how the pony was behaving. But it didn't take but just a minute, and I felt like we was worked through with that. So I took the lead line off and let the kids ride and just kind of see what the pony did. And he did a little bit of complaining about having his face pulled on a little bit. I just have a snaffle bit on him, so there's really not all that much pressure in his mouth. And the kids aren't that strong to really pull and put that much pressure. So this actually went pretty good. He didn't want to go, so we had to work on the go just a little bit. And it gave him a little bit of trouble steering, so here we're going to be working on the steering just a little bit. So Lakota finally got her chance to ride when Montana got done. And Montana came and took over the camera for me. And they pretty much finished out this video by themselves, just the 2 of them. Lakota working the horse and Montana operating the camera. They did a really good job helping me get this pony worked and helping me to show you how you can get a pony nice for your kids and your grandkids.
You keeping it pointed at her?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna get a lot of details.
Good job.
I don't care if I get some details. I'm gonna get a lot of details. I like the whole. Kick hardy, sis. You gotta have a lot of viewers. You gotta have a lot of viewers, sis.